Leaflet
Tom
has a
Homan
video.
has hit his breaking point. Liberal
I don't
hive mind.
understand.
All right, let's see.
Clancy literally looks like a drug addict. Sorry to say.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant
hypocrisy of the left.
And of course, here's your meme of the day, brought to you by 5mind.com. I've never seen such a weak, fragile ideology. Or I guess I've never seen such a fragile ideology.
There's a lot of them.
persist
There's
for
a lot
so
of
long.
them.
You know, it's kind of hard to wrap my head around, considering all the inconsistencies, considering the constant, near weekly narrative
Thank you,
collapse
Senator
you would
Voltaire. Thank you.
expect. The modern left as we know it at this point
Ugh.
itself would collapse. Everything is based on a false premise or a lie. And now, once again, we have another lie being fully and utterly exposed. After Joe Biden's failed Kabul, Afghanistan withdrawal, after that absolute disaster in 2021, the Democrat Party and the entire Democrat media apparatus, they told us straight to our face, don't you worry, we are carefully vetting everyone. If you suggest that just because they're Afghans, there might be a terror problem or they might be terrorists, well then you're
Yeah, that's what they said.
the bigot. Even though these people were coming in fully unvetted, let's be
I
told.
don't trust them anymore when they say, oh, don't worry, we're gonna use restraint. We know what we're doing. We're gonna do it the proper way. Fucking bullshit. Bullshit. It's always fucking bullshit.
Honest, from a terror hotspot on the globe. No, you were a racist if you freaking questioned it.
You've been talking about this issue of the special immigrant visas for years.
Okay, guys, so let me give you the 411 and what happened when Afghanistan closed down. Because most people don't know this. Okay? Yes, Silver, how can I help you? When Afghanistan shut down, the first thing that Biden's administration did is they did not send for help for those people that were still in Afghanistan that helped us fight the Taliban. He literally left them all to die. 2 months later, he started flying C-130s back, picking up random civilians without any vet checks. He didn't scan them with our Corsair or with our Crosshair system, which is an identification system where it takes your thumbprint, your iris scan, and then gives you an identity from there. We literally, every terrorist that we ran into, if they were alive, they were in that system. And they just put them on planes and brought them over. Literally it. No vetting, no nothing.
And you and I have been talking about it on this show for months. There are a number of other voices in the Republican Party that are already, whether on television or on tweets or whatever, starting to demonize Afghan immigrants. Starting to talk about this is Biden's plan to put more Muslims in the country, starting to insinuate that these are bad people, they're terrorists, etc.
I don't know if they're good people. I don't know. All I know is that their country is fucked up. That's all I know. That's the extent of my knowledge, is that their country is fucked up. And I just don't understand why that's our problem.
The leaflet is 100% correct, chat. Their country is so fucked. Am I familiar with the Online Safety Act? Kind of. Why?
The Online Safety Act. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that soon here, probably.
Are you talking about all the censorship stuff, Silver?
Mm-hmm.
Anywho. So, yeah, their country is beyond fucked. Okay? Now, what does this mean for us? It means that a whole bunch of easily manipulated Muslims just got on flights and came over here. Well, that bill will violate like 4 different amendments to the Constitution. You can't ban one thing without banning another. And I'm not fully Republican. Are you talking about them monitoring online? They already do that with the Patriot Act, and the Patriot Act, it went through? What? There is no way it went through.
That's it. It's that easy. I don't get it. Why is it our problem?
It's not our problem, Leaf.
I don't understand.
et cetera, really rank bigotry.
But now, of course, we know that was a lie. It's been confirmed with the document drop that they actually had no idea who was even on the frickin' planes. These people were not vetted, and I think most accurately, they could not be properly vetted. How do you properly vet tens of thousands of people from a failed third world state? Well, the simple answer is...
Hold on, chat. Hold on. So you're telling me that they took a lot of people back to America when we pulled out of Afghanistan, and you're telling me that they put a lot of unvetted people on those planes. You're telling me that their planning was so bad that they didn't put anything. They didn't like vet anyone that went on the planes.
No, Leaflet, they did not. You had a whole bunch of airmen and PID guys literally sitting on CAF's runway, ushering them in 100 at a time per flight. While you guys in the United States were watching that one Marine get very, very ridiculed for what he went through. Yes, Biden was just ushering them onto planes, Leaflet. No looking at them, no investigating them. Nothing.
But then we left a lot of people behind that were translators, like people that actually helped us.
You are correct again, Leaflet. We left all of our translators that were still in country that had actual green cards to the United States. We either left them to die or they got kidnapped. One of the two.
How the fuck did that happen?
Well, let me tell you this. Okay? I was deployed the last year that Trump, or during Trump's term. My last year in the military was literally a deployment. We were already making efforts in Afghanistan to start closing down bases. Leave. We were already tearing them down, wiping them on OPSEC, the whole entire deal. We were deconstructing major FOBs and COPs around the southern part of Afghanistan. That is what we were doing in 2020. Now, the shitty thing is that right when I got out, the next deployment rotation was under Biden. Biden turned around and halted all deployments and just forced everybody to evac. He forced a rapid retreat to CAF and BAF. Got every American soldier out, except when those Marines actually got bombed at Kandahar. And he left every terp, every translator, every person that was actually vetted with a green card, and he literally left them there to die. His Band-Aid fix for that little conundrum, because as being the stupid-ass commander-in-chief that he is, or was, he just sent C-130s over there, picked up a bunch of Muslims, and flew them back, Leaf.
that happen? It's not like they had to leave on a certain day. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not like guys. It's not like the boss was about to enrage and we had to leave.
Yes, actually, leaflet. The way that Biden put it out in a tax strategy plan, the burnt of safety needs to be heard. You mean the thing that Silver posted in the Discord? Blackburn put this. The Kids Online Safety Act. Senate, Commerce, Science, and Transportation. The Kids Online Safety Council. What? The term compulsive usage means a persistent and repetitive use of covered platforms that significantly impacts one or more major life activities of an individual, include socializing, sleeping, eating, learning, reading, concentrating, communicating, or working. The term covered platforms means online platform, online video game, messaging application, or video streaming services that connects to the internet to be used or is reasonably likely to be used by a minor. All I see is stuff like this, dude, that belongs to children. Yes, I gotta read through it, but I'm sure it's got a lot of pig fat. It probably does, seeming as it's all the way down to section 302 on its table of contents. Means it's about 300 pages long, probably. But it looks like they want to stop 13-year-olds and lower from... Okay. Well, what you're doing here is you're taking the freedoms away from parents with this. You're having them monitored by the government, which I'm not comfortable with because I don't trust a single fucking soul up there in DC. Yeah, I definitely don't like the government telling me what to do with my kid. I'm sorry, but this does not give power back to parents. This actually takes power from parents. Fuck is this? Research under children under the age of 13. It may only conduct such research on those under the age of 17 with parental consent. Not just that, but it will force us to use ID to prove you're not a kid. It's to take power from the people. I don't like this. Who the hell is Senator Blackburn? I only know those people by their faces. I don't know them by name. Who is this bitch? Both sides are corrupt. Yeah, you already know that, man. Oh, I know who this lady is. She's the old lady who gets into fights with Ilhan Omar all the time. Great. So you want to censor us and using kids as the excuse, when you can just tell parents, hey, be parents. The oldish one. I only know them by their faces. You can't say old one because like 70% of Congress right now is above the age of 65, Silver. Wow. That's fucking retarded. Yeah, that bill's fucking retarded, Silver. I don't want the government governing over my children, period. The Eisenhower game is fucking ridiculous.
It's not like you're playing World War Z and you had to exfil like immediately. We had like a fucking base.
Not true yet again, Leaflet. See, this is why civilians need to learn what you guys' military does. Okay? You're forgetting one piece of this pie. The reason why the egress out of Afghanistan needed to be so fast is because China was knocking out the door for the nickel mines in Afghanistan. I'll keep posting what I'm finding. I'll start posting it on Twitter. Nice. Thank you, Silver. So, the reason why Leaflet is wrong here is because she doesn't know simple military tactics. If another country comes in there and starts buying land, especially when we're not, quote-unquote, at war, that could put us in contention with another country. So, Leaflet, I hate to tell you this, but you are wrong. And China was already in there with silver mines. Every single military map for the last 4 years we were in Afghanistan had what we called black zones. Black is a bad color in the military. It means stay the fuck away. Now, due to the fact that they were there, and the very first thing that Biden did was he shut down a pipeline, and then the next thing he saw after that was him getting all smoozy with China, Biden put the clock on there for us to get out of Afghanistan. Because we all know what happened. China went into Afghanistan. The Taliban sold them a shit ton of military equipment that moron left behind and turned the Taliban into a gold mine. They're a military depot terrorist organization now. And you all can thank old man Biden for that. Come on, chat. Give him a round of applause. Yeah. Round of applause to the fucking old guy who sniffed children. Yeah. So, you are wrong, Leaflet. There was a deadline on it.
Base there. It's like, how does this happen?
You cannot. They didn't. And now the Trump administration once again is coming in to fix the mess that Democrats created. And of course, this is now the worst thing to ever happen. It's
Oh, the government is so bad.
racist, it's this, that, and the other. But of course it isn't. No, it's
Can we
common
just,
sense.
like, they should just hire gamers. They should just stop with the whole government and, like, all of the fucking people in the government. They should just get some gamers. Like, you know, just get some people that play Civ. You probably have a better fucking time, honestly. You probably do better if you get some StarCraft players in there. Or, like, Civ, or, like, you know,
Leaflet. There was a poll done in the middle of Biden's term. And the question was simple. Would you drain the swamp of everybody, yes or no, Republican and Democrat? Do you want to know what that poll ended up being a result of? It was one unifying action between both liberals and Republicans. It scored a 92% of get rid of them all. That means every demographic was voting for that. Moderates like me, I want those corrupt bastards out. I want those old, rich, limey little fucks the fuck out of my government. I don't like them there. I hate them there. They ran my life for 10 years and they ran my life into the ground. I don't like them. I don't like them whether they're Democrat or Republican. I hate them both. They don't deserve the power in which you, the American people, have given them. And they've exploited you guys on numerous occasions. Now, maybe leaflets aren't right. Maybe just put a bunch of gamers in government and see how that goes, because as it stands right now, a bunch of fucking old farts from Harvard are not doing it. Of course, though, the people who came up with the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights, they didn't come from Harvard. How is it a bunch of Harvard-educated people and Yale-educated people have fucked up our country so badly? It's one word: greed. You can't elect greedy people into office.
It was Total War or something. You let some Total War players in there, it'd be way better. Right? Like, I feel like they would know what they're doing. Yeah, because then you'd have the Civ player, and the Civ player, oh, yeah, that's a culture attack. They're culture attacking us right now. Yeah, that's a religious attack. Yeah, they're sending their fucking priests over here. Yeah, that's what that is. They would know immediately. You know what I mean? They would know. I mean, tell me I'm wrong, though. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong that they wouldn't do a better job than these people. No, I'm serious. I'm not even joking. I'm being 100% serious.
For the first time, I don't have to correct a leaflet during this video.
They're so bad. They're so bad that you could do a better job by getting Civ players. Because they would know exactly what the enemy was doing. These people are clueless. How is this possible?
And we are done cowering in front of these leftoids. We don't care about your labels anymore. Racist, misogynist, fascist, this, that, and the other. No, your lies have been exposed.
Let's get some Dawn of War players, you know?
The right thing whether you like it or not. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks. So, Tom...
You could probably get, like, a fucking orc player, and they'd probably do way better.
Well, he just took it there. Take a look.
In these third world nations, they don't have systems like we do. So a lot of these Afghanistans, when they did get...
I mean, think about it this way. What do you think would have been a better result? Okay? Hear me out. Joe Biden. Did Joe Biden pull out of Afghanistan? Or a dude just going, wag? What do you think?
I'm a military man leaflet, and I would vote for the orc. 100%.
I think it would have been better. Personally, it would have been better.
Here to get better. They had no identification at all. Not a single travel document, not one piece of identification. And we're going to count on the people that run Afghanistan, the Taliban, to provide us any information who the bad guys were or who the good guys are? Certainly not. And many people need to understand that most terrorists in this world, most of them, aren't in any database unless they were found on a battlefield by DOD.
Dude, I haven't played that game in so long. Fucking Dawn of War. I used to play that game all the time. Like, me and my friends, that was like one of our top games that we'd play. Missed that game.
Look at that map, chat. That's true, cowboy. To be fair, it's likely a kid out of high school might do a better job, at least here in Canada. Since a kid might try to do it better, the country where these guys are there to exploit it. Yeah, I mean, what are Marines if not human version of Du Bois? That's true.
I should play it again. Does it still hold up? Does it still hold up, like, to nowadays? I don't know. I haven't played RTS in a while. I used to play so much RTS games. I used to play, what was it called? Company of Heroes was, like, one of my favorite ones. I love Company of Heroes. Dawn of War, I love both of them. I played, like, Tiberium's Sun.
It's where, well, who the good guys are? Certainly not.
Real Alert 2 is pretty sick.
Many people need to understand that most terrorists in
Those
this world,
Tesla coils went hard, man.
In any database, unless they were found on a battlefield by DOD and did a retina scan and did some biometrics there, unless you're part of a T3 undercover investigation, we don't know who they are. So, in the same thing with illegal aliens, that over 10 million that came across the border in Joe Biden, there's no way to vet these people. You think El Salvador or Turkey or Sudan or any of these countries have the databases or system checks that we have? Do you think the government of China, Russia, Turkey, you think they're going to share that data with us even if they did have it? There's no way to clearly vet these people, 100% that they're safe to come to this country from these third world nations. President Trump's doing the right thing, reviewing every one of these people that came under the Biden administration and drilling down on them. I really, truly think that most of them are going to end up being deported because we're not going to be able to properly vet them.
Quote, I think most of them will end up being...
So let me tell you what happened to my two interpreters. Okay? My first interpreter, Habib, back when I was in Black Sheep in 112 Infantry, on my first deployment, that man literally got his green card in the middle of our deployment with him. That man volunteered to live out the last 7 months of our deployment cycle before getting on a flight with us and going back to America using that green card. When Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, he got a video email, which has been turned into the FBI. His father was a doctor in Afghanistan, his mother was a nurse, and he had 2 sisters. All of them were stopped at a Taliban checkpoint, and all of them were executed, and their bodies lay on the side of the road. Habib could not go back and get his family. That man reached out to everybody he used to know from Black Sheep Platoon. Everyone. My old staff sergeant, my old team leader, me, the 3 other dudes that were in my squad, our medic, our RTO, our JTAC that was always attached to us on major missions. He reached out to everybody. And the unfortunate thing is that 90% of us were out of the military. And we couldn't do anything. The shit thing is about Afghanistan is that it was done too fast. And it was done too fast because Joe Biden wanted to make a profit off of China getting something. Which is why the Taliban did not do anything but execute their own people the first week we were gone. That was all over the the dark web. It was just a bunch of execution videos from the Taliban. It's literally it.
Being deported because we won't be able to properly vet them anyways. And I think that right there is the uncomfortable that Democrats just don't want to accept, are willfully blind and ignorant towards, because they know it benefits them politically to import the third world's masses.
A lot of them are retarded, that's why.
Subsidies, creating lifelong voters out of the uneducated masses. But the simple fact is, it's really a basic statistics problem. If you have all of these people coming from a terror hotspot of the world, then X out of every 1,000 people will end up representing a threat to the nation, and likely at a disproportional rate for native-born Americans. A significantly disproportional rate.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you want that?
Afghanistan, it applies to Somalia, and the idea...
That's what I've been saying. Why would we want that? Like, why is it our... Like, and this is the thing. Am I the only one that thinks this? And let me know, Chad. Let me know if you think this too.
Believe you are not the only one who thought that. When I voted for Trump, I literally did not vote for another single person on that ticket or that ballot box. In my state. I literally voted for Trump, and that was it. Because I don't love her some days. I don't vote for people that I don't know. I'm sorry, but y'all civilians, you guys need to get smarter with your vote instead of just going somewhere, ticking off a bunch of boxes that have Republican and Democrat next to them. Okay? You really want to change the system? Stop voting for these underlings that are underneath the President of the United States and stop voting them into power. Don't vote for them. See what happens. Obviously vote for the President of the United States, but I didn't vote for a single person underneath the President of the United States when I got that ballot. Not a single one of them.
Why is it when they say, well, we gotta have immigration, why is that a matter of fact? Like what? Like it's treated as a, that's just the obvious thing that we need to have. But why is that? You're like, why? Like, why do we have to allow people from a culture that's completely different than ours? Why do we have to allow them here? Why?
There's no
Who said we have to?
Leaflet, there is no logical explanation. The people who want these people, they want the dumb, they want the stupid, so that they can, like liberal hive mind said, make lifelong voters out of them. Because they are that dumb. Why do you think they're picking all these third world countries? Why aren't they importing people from Germany, Italy, the UK, France, Spain? Our immigration from European countries is like at 12%. While the other standing nations on top of that percentage are all third world from either the Middle East or South America. And Central America. It's pretty fucking ridiculous. We don't have to, they wanted more voters. Exactly, Silver.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It just seems so dumb. Like, it just seems so obviously dumb to do this. It seems like it's so obviously going to cause like a cultural divide.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at the rates that like it's happening.
Yep.
This is crazy.
That you would be able to properly vet every single individual coming through, it's just lunacy. It makes no sense. And the question that's being asked now from the Trump administration is how the hell would you even vet people
diversity,
to begin with? You know,
see, the thing is here's the thing that people fail to recognize, all right? There's two sides. There's always like two sides to this, right? So diversity, is it a good thing? Sometimes it depends.
Oh, I understand you, Cowboy. I get you. Try to get a senator to understand that, Cowboy. That's an impossible task.
Right? Things are rarely fully bad, and things are rarely fully good. And you could say that there are a lot of good things about diversity. You could say I'm struggling.
And here we go, dude. This is where a common sense person can't make any sense of an action of a political person. This is why people keep on voting for guys like Trump. Because a common man does not understand how you politicians think. They don't. I do, because I worked for you for almost 10 years. You be in the military, dude, you start to see a lot of what politicians can do. They made all the kids want communism and free stuff and give up the burden of responsibility to the government so they can feel all warm and fuzzy. Exactly. Exactly, Silver.
You could say that it does it does create like more variance of product, like you could say that. But there are also bad things. Right? There's also bad things with diversity. Like for instance, like the more diverse it is, it's harder for people to get along. Because their differences are more.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, it just seems obvious to me, right? So it's kind of like it's a balance between the two, but one is not inherently just immediately good by like, what's the virtue of it? Like it's not purely virtue. There's also bad things about it.
I fully agree with you, Silver. Mercs see more of that in the private sector. Actually, they see more of it in the private sector than us guys in the military do. Like I said, you want to know how politicians think, guys? Join the military. You'll learn real quick how much your value is worth nothing to them.
That's my point.
And if you're talking about the
Do the pros outweigh the cons? In my opinion, that's what's important. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my point in my memories. Exactly.
people who have dedicated their lives, put their lives at risk to work with America.
Diversity of, well, I'll tell you what their argument would be. Their argument would be, well, if you have more people, you have more points of view, more varied points of view, and more varied points of view leads to more diversity of thought.
I've worked with a device group of people over the years. Been able to see a lot of viewpoints.
It would be like their...
Your culture, then, Silver. That's not bad.
If I were to steel man their argument, that's what I would think it would be. Right? I don't know. I haven't really debated on anyone on that, right? But, yeah. Guys, you know, a lot more people have been messaging me to debate me. What do you guys think of that, chat? Should I do more?
Yes, Leaf. Yes, Leaf. Yes, Leaf. Yes, Leaf. Yes, Leaf. Do it more.
I'm like not that good, but I'll never get good at debating if I don't keep doing it. You know, I don't know. You think they're using me? I mean, I don't know.
Leaf, you are an intelligent person. And you are an American. You have every right, no matter what your chat thinks, to debate anybody that you want. If somebody came into my DMs and was like, hey, I don't like your take, I would like to debate you, I would debate them 100% whether I sucked at it or not. Integrated fully, today's don't integrate at all. Exactly. Automotive tends to be full of conservatives. That's true too.
American interest in the region. I understand those individual cases, but we're talking in those cases maybe like a couple hundred people, maybe 1,000 at most. Obviously, it doesn't apply when you're simply loading up planes with military-aged men and flying them into the interior of America. It makes no sense. And Christy,
do a gun debate. Dude, gun debate is the easiest fucking debate. There's like a couple debates that are like just absolute slam dunks. One is abortion, 2 is guns, 3 is AI. I think those 3 are absolute slam dunks. There's like literally nothing. There's no way to lose those ones.
Wait, so she agrees with like I do about abortion then? Okay, that works.
I think, but yeah, I think the other one too is religion. I think I could win that one too. That one would be fun, actually. That one would be kind of fun.
On the head with one simple question.
Well, we know that when Joe Biden left the White House, he left us with a 1.5 million.
Oh, patriarchy! I like that one. I like the patriarchy debate. That one's fun. Patriarchy's fun. Rights is fun. I like all those ones. Yeah.
Case backlog in asylum claims, and individuals are required under a law and under policy to check in every single year when they have asylum in this country, and that wasn't being done. These individuals that were brought in and then vetted on information that was gathered by the Biden administration that wasn't thorough.
What topic do I have asylum but I'm weak at? I'm probably the weakest at the Israel thing, because I don't fucking know. Honestly, I don't know.
I'll debate somebody on Israel. I know terrorism real well. That's a slam dunk for me. Anybody out there in the Twitch sphere want to debate me about fucking Hamas and how stupid they are? Please, debate me.
Leaflet, are you a Christian VTuber? I never said that. Like, I mean, the thing is I'm not super religious.
I may have told you guys that I'm Catholic, but I'm not super religious either. I may pray to my rosary every now and then, but I won't sit here and flock faith in front of you like it's a shield. Won't do that to you. Let's talk about them tunnels underneath civilian facilities. Amen. Oh, hey, Catholic here. What's up?
It's like I'm Christian, but I'm not super good at it. Does that make sense? Like, I'm very flawed. So, like, I don't really try to push it because I'm not really that knowledgeable. But
dude,
Evening,
Eddie!
ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for the raid.
We are tonight's entertainment.
But like, if I'm pressed on it, obviously I'll defend it. But I'm not like, I don't like go out of my way to like fight those battles. Does that make sense?
Hey, I figured out how to do it. Nice job. Thank you, dude. Thank you for raiding the channel.
I leave that to the people that are more skilled at it.
And so now we're completely changing that since President Trump has been in the White House and since I've been at DHS.
I'm also Muslim, but somehow I don't act like the rest of those weirdos in the States. Muslim people are not the problem. The Muslim faith itself has to start distinguishing between terrorist organizations that aggressively want Sharia law and peaceful Muslims. There are plenty of peaceful Muslims out there, man. I literally defended their towns. I know that there are. Marcus Luttrell was saved by a peaceful Muslim. You know what that guy did that saved Marcus Luttrell? You know what he wanted? He wanted the Taliban gone so that he could build up his village. So that he could have rotating crops. Simply. That's the simplest thing he wanted. Was that boom your stream? Yes. It's the extremist. Exactly. The extremists on both sides of the party need to go. And you need to stop listening to those people. You need to start listening to people that have common sense, guys. Common sense. That's what you need in a politician. Fucking common sense.
We're using biometric information. We're using those social media.
Exactly, the peaceful ones. Because common sense automatically leads you to peace no matter what. Because if you're using common sense, you want the least amount of life lost in every given situation. And I hate to break it to you, Internet. Listen to my voice when I say this. There is evil in the world. You can either let it run you over, or you can stand up to it. One of the two. I refuse to let evil people run me over. We need more independent peoples. Well, you're watching one. I've been literally called the moderate of VTubing before. I didn't even know what that meant back then.
Platforms and looking at what they're saying and doing and making.
Okay, guys, this video, I totally lost the sauce on it. Straub is more religious. Yeah, Straub is really Straub is pretty big. Celestium is pretty good on that. Kangman's really hardcore. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot. You know, I used to like.
The problem is government's making no effort to vet the difference. Yeah, you're right. And they don't want to, because the moment that they start vetting the difference, bro, that means that they have to give up their power. And they don't want to do that.
Sister Abigail, but she's gone now. She's been like doing church stuff, but she used to be my go-to to watch, but yeah.
In those cases, maybe like a couple hundred people, maybe
I watch
1,000
Straub.
at most. Obviously, it doesn't apply.
If I'm feeling like I'm in a godly mood, I watch Straub. I don't even watch a Catholic VTuber. I watch a Christian one.
When you're simply loading up.
What about morality and ethics? I mean, it depends. Like, what do you mean?
Simple thing of my morality. Don't kill innocent people. Don't harm innocent people. Don't do crimes to innocent people. There you go. Simple. Solved.
Like, where do they come from?
Yeah, Eastern. There's not a lot of Catholic VTubers out there that go full on like Strawberry and just, you know, go full ham on it. There's not any at all. They're mostly Christians.
I could debate that. That's
Gotta
really
head
fun.
out,
That
but
one's
enjoy
really
the
fun.
evening. Yeah, you too, dude. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate
Planes
you.
with military-aged men and flying them into the interior of America. It makes no sense.
Snuggle and stay warm, bro.
And Kristi Noem, I think, nailed the issue on the head with one simple question.
Well, we know that when Joe Biden left the White House, he left us with a 1.5 million case backlog in asylum claims. And individuals are required under a law and under policy to check in every single year when they have asylum in this country, and that wasn't being done. These individuals that were brought in and then vetted.
Yeah, they never thought that.
By the Biden.
Oh Jesus! And all of you libtards are freaking out that ICE is just rounding up illegal, immigrants that didn't go to their goddamn check-in court case. Why do you even feel bad for them? That's what I don't understand. They did not follow the rules. One, they broke in, if they did break in. Number two, if they did get in here and they did get the proper documentation, a good majority of them did not check in to their freaking court case for, to gain citizenship. They did not. I don't believe that that's a lie, that there's like 1.5 million undocumented people just wandering around in this country somewhere. I don't not believe that. Isn't illegal entry into the country a civil dispute in the U.S., which means they're not entitled to a court case to be deported? Yes, if you break into the country illegally, you automatically do not get a court case. ICE can round you up and they don't have to care. And they can deport you. Which is why you see all these kids who did not go and check in for their visa extensions getting snatched up by ICE. And everybody's freaking out because it's a bunch of college kids that it ended up happening to. So, yeah.
Administration that wasn't thorough. And so now we're completely changing that since President Trump has been in the White House and since I've been at DHS. We're using biometric information. We're using those social media platforms.
That's... Rampack, you're 100% right. They pinky promised. They pinky promised that they'd come back and check in.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? What the hell?
Forms and looking at what they're saying and doing. And
I know that's 100% sarcasm from Leaf, but it's the truth. They didn't.
And making sure that...
Did you know what's hilarious? You guys are talking about the Japan thing. Did you see everyone making fun of the Prime Minister of Japan? And they were, like, calling her the cart titan and stuff? Like, isn't it crazy, like, how racist people are? First off, that's kind of fucking crazy. Second off, the cart titan was pretty badass, actually. It's probably the best titan, honestly. Peak was smart, dude. Peak is my favorite character in Attack on Titan. She's the best.
I am Canadian.
Peak was Peak, yeah.
I am Canadian. Seem to know more about this shit than most people in the U.S. Something is wrong here. That's true. That is true, cowboy. Now you understand why I'm pissed off about my service, bro. That one statement you just made is that other countries know more about my country than my own people do. That's what pisses off vets more than anything. No lie.
Yeah, for sure.
When a country is sending us someone, we have a government that is stable in that country.
That's the AC Shadows I did.
Information with us. How do we vet someone that comes from Afghanistan or Somalia or Yemen if they don't have a government that we can communicate with that will share information?
The Taliban completely control Afghanistan from the 100 degree the 100 degree hemisphere equator line all the way up to the 131st degree. Which means all of Afghanistan is controlled from border to border by a terrorist organization. There is no government in Afghanistan right now. We should not have taken a single person from Afghanistan at all. But we did because you guys you civilians, elected a fucking Q-tip moron who sniffed children.
With us.
How exactly do you vet somebody that comes from Afghanistan or Somalia or Yemen? If they don't have a government that we can communicate with, that will share information, if they don't have the systems and the databases in place, they don't have the technology.
Aaron did nothing wrong, I will die on that hill. You know, I think about that all the time. Like, if I were Aaron Yeager, would I do the same thing?
Sounds like I need to watch Attack on Titan. I've never watched it before.
I kind of feel like I would. You know, is that bad? My bad.
Yes, chat, you're talking to a VTuber who's watched anime and has never watched Attack on Titan before. Be extremely funny if you want in chat. Poke fun at Bear.
Bad person. I feel like I'd do the same thing. To be honest, if I were Aaron. Well, I mean, you have to consider it. You have to consider this. You have to consider that they wanted to wipe out your race. Like, they literally wanted you to die. Like, all of them. Right? And it was a matter of time. Right? So, like, if you think about it, like, they want you all to die, and they will get to that point in, like, a couple of years. Do you see what I mean? So it's kind of like, do you activate now in order to defeat them, or do you wait until they have enough power to defeat you? It's like Aaron didn't really have that much of a choice. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't read the manga, so maybe there's more. I don't know.
Well, then the whole process is useless. And so the question becomes, is the potential threat worth it? My view, absolutely not. But then, of course, here's where we encounter the next Democrat reaction, which is what we're seeing all...
SMH, it could have gone better, frankly. Well, the problem I had with Aaron is he went too far. But how far is too far? You know, I don't know. Like, I feel like he was in a really risky situation. If his entire thing, you know, I don't know. Again, like there might be some
most of the manga
like,
though.
Some.
I'd rather watch anime than read manga, but that's just me. I don't have a lot of manga. I'd rather watch anime. But hey, everybody's got their preference. I'm not gonna shit on people who like to read. Good for you for reading. They're too stupid to read.
Works I don't know about because I didn't really read. I only watched the anime. But like I don't know what he knew.
Cowboy, you're not a weirdo. I used to have that feeling back when I have a first edition of The Lord of the Rings, the original trilogy, written by Tolkien. It's locked in my gun safe right now, and I'll never ever take it out again after I read it the first time. But I get what you're saying about, you know, the smell and feel of paper when you're reading, bro. I get it.
Right? Like, I can see angles in which, like...
Yeah, I'm a Dragon Ball fan and can't read also.
I would totally do the same thing. I mean, you don't need to exterminate the...
I must have found Rita. I know what Dragon Ball is. Kamehameha!
Entire population to achieve control? Well,
I'm joking, dude. I'm joking because I'm a DBZ fan too. I'm like, that's like a knuckle dragger dude anime to watch, bro. Just, you know, 5 minutes of narrative and then another like 90 minutes of fucking screaming and then another 5 minutes of something dying. That's all Dragon Ball is.
Well,
yeah, DBZ fans
rough.
are never beating that allegation, man.
That, honestly, it's such a rough situation, I think, morally as well. Because if you don't, they beat you eventually. Eventually, they kill you. The slime is high. Am I really like? Because if the advance of technology was the thing, and you were only one person, right? You're like, it's not like he had. It's not like they had a vast military. They were just. Like, each individual was powerful, but they didn't have a lot of them. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like, eventually they were already in the process of killing them. Right? They were already they had plans to, well, first off, they kind of enslaved them in the first place. The Eldians, rather, right? They enslaved them in the first place. And then, using them for war and stuff like that. And it was very clear that they were totally willing to do atrocities to keep your people, like, suppressed, right? And then there was this whole plan to, like, basically ethnically euthanize their people, right? So it's kind of like, and, like, what other option did he have? The rumbling was it was the only card he had, really. Because, like, what is he going to do aside from it, right? Like, one Titan is still just one Titan. It's not like a overwhelming level of force.
Yeah,
But
I
you have
need
to consider it's kind of
um,
like a nuclear bomb.
I need to watch
Right, like,
Attack on Titan, guys.
If you were to consider it to be like a nuclear bomb, it's like, do you nuke the enemy country in order to save your own people? Right? If you think of it in terms of that, it's like it's a little bit different, right? Because you can't like he only had a nuclear bomb, right? It's not like he didn't have a conventional army. So it's not like he could have had a targeted surgical assault, really. It wouldn't have worked. So it's kind of it's a rough situation. Like, I really don't know. I really don't know what the answer is. I think it's one of the more and more. And the thing is, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't think it was morally ambiguous. Everyone would just say Aaron's bad. Like, Aaron's bad, and like everything he did is bad, and he's a terrible person, whatever. And, like, for me, it's like I don't know. Like, what would I do in that position? Murder doesn't justify murder. Oh, it does. It does, though, actually.
Yeah, murder does justify murder. Especially if you're a bad person, you go out there and take an innocent life that's never ended anything ever, then yeah, taking that life is actually a fiscal responsibility to the human soul, because you're protecting other innocent souls from that evil soul doing more. So whoever just said that in her chat, you are probably one of the most spineless fucking people on the face of the earth. And you don't understand the concept of good and evil. And you need an education. And I'm sorry to be thorough about that, but I'm a guy who spent a good majority of his adult life going up against evil men and women. Yes, there are evil women in this world. I've had an evil woman huck a grenade at me before. And as soon as I shot at her, she ran away. There's no person that is within their good moral compass that will just huck a nade at you when you're just standing there out of being a good person. Sorry. If you're a good person, then you come up to me in that situation and you have a talk with me, or try to understand me, or try to understand the fact that I'm there.
100% does.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Also,
what do you mean?
Don't
what do you mean?
attack
We do it all the
me,
time.
but my English
Anyway,
dub is really good.
I could go into this is like an entire
You're
fucking
good,
conversation
Mikey.
we could go into. And it would be really fun, and I'd love to go into it, but I don't have that much time today.
Or social media, the left immediately runs to the same old tired script. Oh, it's racist. The travel ban had nothing to do with terror in the region back in 2017. No, it was a Muslim ban. Donald Trump just hates Muslims. He hates brown people. And now it's the same thing, right? With this issue we're seeing with the Somali community.
This is so stupid. This is so stupid because it's so obvious that their culture is so completely different, and a lot of them hate us.
You want to know what's really crazy? It was found out that Ilhan Omar was sending money over to a terrorist organization, the very same terrorist organization that Delta Force and the Rangers fought in Mogadishu under UN order. Yeah, that same terrorist group, guys, we fought in the 90s for the MOG. Yeah, they're still around. Because we didn't fully defeat them when we pulled out. They're still there in Somalia. All they did was put new heads on the snake, man. That's all that they did. They went back to business as usual, starving those people. Trump hates brown people as much as his cabinet has too. Yeah, I know, right? It's a hypocritical statement made by a bunch of ignorant people.
Why the fuck wouldn't you ban them? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
I don't even buy the premise in the first place. They're like, oh, this is bad because it's a Muslim ban. Well, yeah. Yeah, from the countries that hate us. Yeah.
Take Sharia law word for word and put it next to the Constitution. The Constitution is the exact opposite of Sharia law. The Constitution of the United States... Okay, here's why I'm making that comparison. Because most countries that have a terrorist organization in charge of them in the Middle East... Afghanistan, Iran, not Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Pakistan, Iran, or I already said Iran. But Somalia, Congo, most of those people that were, going by destroying Christians in the 90s, those terrorist groups are still there, guys. Is Iraq still under control? We haven't pulled out fully from Iraq yet. We're still in Iraq, boys. We haven't fully pulled out of that thing yet. We pulled back to Baghdad. Oh, excuse me. Wow, that food is getting to me. Ramadi and Fallujah fell back under Al-Qaeda control. So all that fighting that the U.S. Army and the U.S. Marine Corps did was for nothing. Al-Qaeda fully controls it right now. And they're back to doing what they were doing when we first fought them in Ramadi and Fallujah. Oh, so everything we did was for shit. Got it. Exactly, cowboy. What Biden did was Biden pushed us back to Baghdad. He shut down almost 60 cops that were in northern Iraq. Pulled the troop numbers down from 220,000 deployed to Iraq and pulled that down to almost 95,000. And with 95,000 people, you can't hold that state. Or you can't hold that country. Which is why his generals recommend they fall back to Baghdad, because they had fully eliminated the Al-Qaeda in Baghdad. And now the Al-Qaeda is massing around Baghdad and Ramadi and Fallujah now because Biden was a giant pussy. Sorry, him and Obama are the two biggest pussy-ass presidents that the United States ever had. And I will die on that hill, saying it too.
And? I don't get it.
In Minnesota, with shutting immigration doors to countries like Afghanistan and others, and now with the halting of over 2 million asylum claims.
The Trump administration has now paused issuing visas for people traveling on Afghan passports, as well as stopped processing all immigration.
That's what happens when you have a guy that goes Durka Durka Muhammad Jihad and then caps 2 National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C. And all of y'all civilians freaked out about it like that's not a good tactical idea. He's the president of the United States. The safety of his country is his topmost concern. When a jihadist goes up and point blank executes 2 National Guardsmen, then yeah, I would stop every visa and every passport coming into this country from Afghanistan too. I would stop it from Iraq. I would stop it from Yemen. When I went in to go get, like Neven keeps on joking about, when I went to go get my passport renewed, and I paid for that, and I'm still waiting to get my actual passport in the mail, when I went in there and I actually got it, the piece of paper I had to sign was that I wouldn't go to a certain amount of countries with the United States passport. Afghanistan and Iraq were both listed on that list. There's 3 phases of United States security safety. There's green, yellow, orange, and red. Or 4. Alright? Green, I'll give you an example per color. Right now, the only green Middle Eastern country is Saudi Arabia that we can go to. But we have to follow the strict guidelines of Saudi Arabia while we were there. Orange, country that's orange. Israel is actually considered an orange safety country for Americans right now. The American Passport Department does not recommend you go over to Israel. Well, that's too fucking bad, because I actually like a chick that's over there. So I'm going to go get her a fucking cup of coffee and take her on a good fucking date. And I don't care what the U.S. government says the fuck about it. That's going to happen. Places that are red. Afghanistan is a red country, even though it's got an open border policy with the United States. The United States Passport Department does not recommend you go to Afghanistan, Iraq, Yemen, or, quote-unquote, since Biden officially dubbed it a country to the United States government, Palestine is also a red country. It is actually listed as a no-go zone for Americans. And yet, for some stupid reason, you have every college kid in the world standing up for Palestine right now. Yet you can't physically go there. Well, you can physically go there. There's ways around it to get into Palestine itself. But you'd have to get through the American Passport Department. Then you'd have to get through the Israeli blockade. Yada, 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 yada. Where there is one, there is many. If one does it, keep your eyes open. Exactly. Exactly. Cowboy knows how the military thinks. That is an exact designation, bro, of what the United States Army trains its soldiers to do. If one of them's doing it, most likely there's another. That's why 360-degree security is a thing that you learn during red phase of basic training. 3 things that you learn in red phase of basic training, dude. Don't lose your weapon, learn to wake the fuck up from being dead asleep, and 360-degree security all around. That includes your battle buddy. That's where the battle buddy system fits in. That third one.
It's not that I hate people from those countries. I don't hate them. It's just their culture is really different. A lot of them hate us.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them hate us. They say death to America. They don't like Christianity.
Mm-mm.
Well, why would we let them in? Are we retarded? Like,
there's a terrorist organization right now that runs the country of Congo. They are definitely against Christians. Their leader, I forget what his name is. He's a dude that literally sends his battalions into the Congo jungle looking for small villages, and he executes people who serve Christianity. Or pray in the Christian way.
What did I jump back into?
You jump back into a very, very hot, heated political debate with my chat right now, buddy.
Yeah, I think
How
we
is
came
this
back
even
to
a
that
question?
after watching some shit.
Correction, chat. It's not a heated political debate. It's a good political debate. I used the wrong verb there. I'm sorry.
From the country. Now, the new directives do go beyond just Afghanistan. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services announced that all asylum decisions will be put on hold until every single person is vetted and screened, while the status of green card...
And again...
Look at all those red countries, guys. Look at that map. Look at every single red country. I'm surprised the Congo's not one of those no-fly zones. Somalia, listed as hostile. Yemen, listed as hostile. Iran, listed as hostile. Turkmenistan, listed as hostile. Afghanistan, listed as hostile. And where in the fuck is the United States pulling all of these people from? All of these red fucking countries. We're committing self-harm, guys. And nobody understands that. Like, why can't we... I'm going to use Psychro as an example. Why can't we get some people from some European countries? Why is that such a bad thing? I know plenty of Brits right now that want to integrate to America because their country fucking blows asshole right now. Why aren't we taking those people? There are so many green-lit countries on the face of this earth that we could immigrate from. Why aren't we taking from those? And instead we're taking from all of these shithole countries that barely have the concept of running water. Something to think about, chat.
This is the other... Guys, this is what pisses me off so much about this. They say these things, and they assert these things as if they're 100% true, irrefutably true. They'll just say bullshit. Like, oh, well, they're asylum seekers. What are we gonna... We have to save them. They're asylum... No, we don't.
Mm-mm.
What? What do you mean?
No, we don't.
But their country's fucked up. They need somewhere to go. Okay, well... How about here? Or here? Or here? Or here? Or here? 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 You know, like everywhere closer to Somalia? Maybe here? Maybe here? Why do they have to go all the way over here? What? These countries have more in common with Somalians than we do. Why?
You guys want a little history lesson on Somalia? Somalia has been a terrorist state since 1987. Yeah, it hasn't been an independent nation since 1987. Yet it's still a country, yet it's still viewed by the world as a country with a border. What up, DJ? How you doing?
Why? Why is it a matter of fact? Why do I have to accept that as a matter of fact?
You don't have to, Leaf. You're using
well, they're
common
asylum
sense.
seekers. Okay, and
So? Jinx, you owe
then
me
they
a
can
Coke
seek
leaf.
asylum at the nearest country.
Holders
I just think
from
this is
19
retarded.
countries of concern will be re-examined.
The left will tell you, oh, Donald Trump's doing this because he hates brown people. That's the reduction, right? But they say this every single time. They said it about the border wall. They said it about the original travel bans. But obviously this has nothing to do with that.
It has 100% of the fact to do with somebody came up to 2 National Guardsmen in the United States fucking Army and yelled Muhammad Jihad and then shot them in the face. That's 100% what it has to do with. Doesn't matter their race. I hate how liberals spin this shit into everybody around them is fucking toxic. I hate it. It is so simpleton-minded. So simpleton-minded.
Before you even get to race and religion, what this is really about is fixing the Biden...
Well, maybe he hates specific brown people because they hate us. Well, this conflation is retarded. That the idea that like because certain people we don't want in the country means we hate all brown people. That's fucking dumb. Just because they're brown, just because one person. So if a person is from a country where they hate America and a lot of them say death to America, and they...
Oh, I have the same birth year as a terrorist group? Lovely. Damn, cowboy. You need an umbrella for that rain cloud that's following you around, brother?
Want to come to America, and just because their skin is brown and we say no, it means we hate brown people? You gotta be retarded to like, for that to actually be a connection in your brain. Like, you gotta be so stupid.
Catastrophe.
Alright, guys, I'm going to end this right here. I'm not going to end the stream, but I'm going to make some final words. Pretty much, it's not that we hate brown people. It has nothing to do with it. And you want to know where I have to compliment Leaf? And I'm so glad that DJ introduced her to me as a VTuber. It is so great to finally hear a VTuber that has political common sense. It is so great for her to be the way that she is. Fantastic. God fucking damn it. God bless fucking America that America produced her. Thank you. Thank you, God, baby Jesus, Mary the Virgin. Thank you, fucking everybody, for letting this girl be on this planet to speak some common sense into people. Thank you, fucking God. Thank you. Anyway, I'm going to go back to Helldivers, guys, because I want to play Helldivers really bad. Yep.